That's a cool shirt. Hello, Internet. I'm Joe.
I can't hear no more.
And I don't have an ugly question to swear on, but I wish I did.
Aww.
You're listening just cool enough, and hey, let's just scream. Let's just scream into microphones.
Did I yell? I'm sorry.
Yes, that was a little loud. I'm sure there are people who have now stopped listening to this whole episode because you scream in it.
You always scream, but normally you're like, lean way back, but then you're like, ah!
You know what?
In a new room. He can't afford to lean back.
That's exactly it. Like,
possible.
It's just such a small room. I just kind of stay still. No, it felt really weird.
Leaning back.
Yelling.
Forward and back.
I'm just excited to be here. I'm not yelling. That's just how I talk.
You're not. I'm not yelling. I'm
the volume
Italian.
of my voice.
God, and I am yelling all the time. I can't help it. But you're supposed to get close to the mic.
Yeah, but you're supposed to talk soft. You're not
yelling.
scream.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
You say sensual nothing when you're up close.
I mean, this is maybe you're death metal. Yeah, you're supposed to get close and NPR it. You're like, welcome to
Just Cool. This is a Star Wars chat with Just Cool Enough.
Loud. You're still too loud. You got to be like,
still too loud.
I don't have an NPR voice, guys. I don't have one.
Like
I have a shock.
Stop yelling about it.
You have an inside voice, and then you turn that down when you lean in, and you kind of mellow out.
Oh wow, I like your sultry tones, Ike.
Just
the only problem I find with NPR is because they're so close to the mic all the time, and they don't probably have like the thing over it. You can hear them.
Yeah,
like when they're talking, and I get like distracted by that.
That
noise.
just adds to the ambience.
Eric, when you get close to that mic, it doesn't sound like an NPR voice. It just kind of just sounds funny. It's just like you're talking through like a paper filter or something.
I can't hear when I do that, I get close and whisper. I can't hear what I sound like because I can't hear. I'm talking so soft, and I don't hear myself through my headphones. So I'm actually just guessing. I can't hear. I can't hear when I do it.
As amusing as it is for us, I don't think it's amusing for the listeners for us to be doing this.
Oh, who gives a shit? When was the last time we gave a shit about what was amusing for the listeners?
Well, maybe that also reflects in our, general appearance and outlook on the show.
Maybe we'd have more listeners if we didn't lean in and we talked kind of down like that.
I lean into the mic when I talk. When I breathe.
The further away you get, the quieter you get.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. The closer you get, the more you yell.
That's true. That's exactly how I work. Like if I was a close talker, I would just yell at people's face. I don't like
that already.
I don't like close talkers, guys. Like I don't know about this, but like there's like a personal space that I have. I think everybody has their own kind of limit for personal space, and mine's probably about like I would say about an arm's length away. You know, like if somebody brings their head closer than like maybe like slightly less than an arm's length away, it makes me question their motives. Like why are you talking to me so close?
Does the size of the human being matter, and age?
Size and I guess like arm's length is kind of big.
Like well, I mean, I've worked with kindergartners before, and if I were around punching every kindergartner that caught close to me, there would be no kindergartners without concussions. Like
those little germ bags.
You just have
like
to understand that there's no personal space when you work with kids.
Yeah, and I can't differentiate what's good personal space and my own just neuroses about being touched by people. So, like, I can't tell like what's me overreacting and what's somebody else being inappropriate. Like,
and I feel the same way. I'm like, well, I don't want to just be like, so it just seems like the Europeans and the British people, they just feel, I just feel like they're okay with being closer to talking to me
racist.
And other people. And maybe that
racist.
Is that racist if you just group everybody?
Yeah.
If it's like basically everyone except for you.
Yeah. Is that racist if you just group a bunch of people from different ethnicities and nationalities together and generalize a behavior?
Those damn Europeans. I'm just saying, like, I've noticed that the personal space is different from America to the rest of the world, and it freaks me out. I'm like, why are you so close to me? It's like we're always at a club. I don't, and I hate
Everybody
that.
Everybody at the club getting personal.
I don't like. It's like, why? I mean, leaning in and talking and just getting so close. Like, that's how you spread germs, guys. That's why do you think the bubonic plague was so devastating? It's because everybody's a fucking close talker.
Super hard for you, and they're like, and now you may kiss the bride, and you're like,
no, I'm okay with that. I'm okay.
I have no good answers because I have a friend who I've been friends with for a little while, and we've become better friends. I think recently we've seen like it's crazy. We see each other almost every day. It's weird. Like we even like I saw her Sunday or Monday and twice in like 2 different things. They're like, God damn it, we're seeing way too much of each other. Like we're not good enough friends to be hanging out this much. And like even that, like I just like the most physical contact is like a pat on the shoulder. That's like the most comfortable I am like with human contact.
Ooh, man.
With his friend.
So like, gosh,
they touch him and he just bursts into flames.
Oh, that sucks. And like,
I have literally a girl has gone to hug me and I've said, "Oh God, why?"
Well, did you like weren't trying to be funny? It just happened.
Yeah, she was like, "Hey," and I went, "Oh God, why?" And then. Like it was just it wasn't like haha funny. It was like it was just an honest reaction that came out of my mouth at the time.
God. And she probably saw you were so.
might as well have just been vomiting on her when she hugged him. She goes.
I might as well have been Stan Marsh from South Park at that point. It wasn't even like oh God, it's her. It was just like human contact. God, why?
Have you so like I mean like I come from like a touchy-feely, which I thought was like normal. Because, like, Italians, like, they go fucking kissing people and stuff, like, side of the cheek, like, the little mwah, mwah thing, and, like, hugs and stuff. It's just part of life, right? And, I guess, I don't know, maybe that's just an Italian-American thing. I saw it all over Italy, too. But have you ever misjudged a situation and went in for physical contact and that was less than welcome, we'll call it?
No, because I am never the one to initiate.
Well, no, I know you, Eric. I know your answer. What about you, Ike?
Well, where the females have been like, okay, kind of
yeah, like you went to like go in for a hug or a kiss or something, and then it's just kind of like, oh, this is totally fucking awkward.
No, I've never had that because I'm not like Eric. I'm usually not the one to initiate a hug or a kiss unless it's like with a significant other, so that awkwardness may or may not be there, but it's not a big deal if it were. But
see,
yeah,
I you know like the fail early and often thing. Like that pretty much goes through my whole life, and I've been some really awkward.
The only person I feel comfortable initiating hugs and kisses are my dog and cat. You know?
And those are the ones on a sweater he's talking.
That is a very nice sweater.
If I had my way, I would wave at every it's like yeah, that's my wife. It's like okay, bye, honey.
See, that's just it kind of weirds me out, especially like Sarah's family. She has more like British and German background, so they're not touchy-feely. They're just kind of like, you know, like, hey, bye, and, you know, you can wave. You don't have to like physically touch everyone, but it's totally weird for me. But I guess this kind of worked in my favor when I was out dating and amongst the world, because I'm like, whatever, let's go, let's try for this. But I had a really awkward moment one time when I went in for a hug, and it was like a really unwelcome thing, and I thought we were like at a different level. Like I was like, oh, you know, like we've seen each other twice, so we're on hugging terms now, right? Like that's how it works.
No, you just say, hey, I'm Italian. Like that's what we do.
Hey, that's just what I'm gonna do.
And you're all set.
Yeah. So, but man, I could just remember this girl like recoiling, and it's a terrible feeling to have someone recoil as you go in for a hug. They're like, who's this?
Like, are we
sweaty
like Dracula in the middle of like sunlight? Where like
I know, right? Like it was an awkward social situation. And, you know, like, obviously I feel that. I'm just like, oh, God, I'm so sorry. Like, it's a, scusi, mi dispiace, signore. You know, like, I totally misjudged the situation. I'm embarrassed just talking about it because it's such a awkward situation.
You should be. You're right.
Well, and I'm over here, the guy starting off the show bitching about personal space, and I'm over here just like, woo, let's hug it out. Come on.
Those Europeans, they're like fucking way too physical. So anyways, I'm walking through the street just grabbing these girls' asses, and they're getting all indignant on me.
I know, I'm just sitting there throwing kisses and stuff, and they're just like fucking punching me in the face.
Yeah, they're all like, I don't know you.
I'm just like, hey, let's hug it out. Come on, give fight. So yeah, it's just yeah. Wow. I guess they say that you become the person you hate, and now I realize it's full circle now.
I've hated myself for most of my life.
my worst awkward experience is actually quite the opposite. I didn't want to invade somebody else's personal space for fear that they would recoil. So I figured, why just put myself out there? When I found out after the whole thing was said and done that they had wanted me to invade their personal space.
Right.
And then like at the very end of the night, like we ended up kissing, and then like all bets were off. Like in terms of like she never wanted to see me again. Like if I had just made my move, manned up, and
see, but that's what I'm saying. Like I've had, okay, guys, I'll fess up. I've had some awkward moments, but I would say the payoff is worth the risk. Come on, you could, yeah.
I mean, hey, come on, don't mess with Eric's thing. It's worked for him so well this far.
I'm just saying, sometimes you gotta go for it. It's not about.
We all die alone.
No, they really mean yes.
No,
so
it just.
That's not true at all.
Don't take it that far, Ike.
Yeah,
Jesus.
We all die alone in the end, so why fool ourselves by getting companionship?
By
You're not
forming
gonna die alone. You're gonna die with a cat that will eat your corpse when nobody finds you in your apartment.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Why try to even become codependent with anything, or buddy?
That is bullshit, because I do not have the responsibility to take care of an animal on my own.
Well, you're still young, Eric. I mean, you just turned, baby face 30.
It is a baby face 30. You do. I mean, like, look at the shirt you're wearing, Eric. You see this? Like, I don't know. For the audio listeners, let's describe Eric's shirt in grave detail.
It says "I fuck on the first date."
That's what it says on the back on his butt area. But the front of the shirt is a red sweater with 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like five different types of purebred cats with snowflakes and Santa hats on. It is magnificent. Where the hell did you get that shirt, Eric?
Target.
Oh, okay then. Wow, Target. They're getting swifty with style
you didn't
now.
Have fucking Star Wars on there somewhere too, just because
I know.
all this shit has Star Wars now.
Oh, I know. Like I told Sarah, I'm walking in the store. Yeah, I'm walking in the store, and I'm just like, are you trying to make a transition, Ike?
Nope.
Okay, good. I saw you have like a nervous tick.
Not.
No, that was my nose.
That's just if you're trying to transition right now.
Fuck that shit.
Okay, that's what I thought. So I was walking in Target the other day. I just totally pulled a fucking Eric with that. I was walking in Target and everything Star Wars. And some guy was complaining next to me like, "Oh God, there's so much fucking Star Wars stuff out." And like part of me feels that way, and then the other part of me is like, "Fuck it. This is the perfect time to be alive and be a Star Wars fan. I'm just gonna embrace it because there's no way you can possibly hate on it. That's a fucking hack move at this point. Because if you were invested into it, like you can't turn on it now.
But the problem.
You can't tell me what to hate on. I'll hate on. That's my
the problem.
American.
That's my God-given right. God damn it.
The problem with the hate though is it's in the community, in the sense that I've been watching lots of posts being like, screw like those new Star Wars fans. They're not as hardcore as the old Star Wars fans. I'm like, why can't we all just be Star Wars fans? Why does it have to matter whether or not you were like? I know friends at school have never seen the original Star Wars movies and they're almost 30.
Because everybody wants to be better than somebody else. It's the same reason, it's the same reason why it's like, fuck those people that came to this country. The same thing, xenophobia. It's just, we want to be better than everyone else. We want our shit to not stink as much as everyone else. Everyone else is an asshole, but you're great.
It's I mean, think of it.
You don't have to think or want to be better than someone else. All you have to do is know you're better than someone else, and that's all you need.
Well, so see,
I know I'm better than Joe.
See, for sane people, that's enough. But for other people, they need to buy things and show it off somehow. So, oh, I bought the Ford Taurus.
Mean? I don't know what you mean, show off things. That's so stupid. Who would do that?
I mean, why would someone waste their money on a bunch of Star Wars crap? It sounds like a bunch of fucking assholes to me.
I don't have any Star Wars crap around me. All I have is bedding
and
an old TV.
Shirt to school yesterday. I'm gonna have to wash it tonight so I can wear it to the show tomorrow.
Oh, are you gonna Star Wars up for the show?
I had my tickets like a month ago.
Yeah, I bought my tickets 2 months ago. But I was thinking about I don't have anything, but I was thinking about dressing up as like a Star Trek character or something.
Well, I had mine 3 months ago. Speaking of being better, sorry, I just had to get.
And then no, because tickets only went on sale 2 months ago. You fucking.
Yeah, I know. I got it during after the whatever football game was that they said they put it on.
Yeah.
You want to know how I got my tickets, guys?
You didn't.
No, I didn't get my tickets, but I am going to see it tomorrow because a thoughtful friend named Tish, while we were in Europe a few weeks ago, he bought the tickets for us and was just like, "Don't worry, I got you tickets. You're okay, and you're coming with me. We're going to go out to eat."
Is the theater you're going to like a general seating, or do you know where you're sitting?
I believe we know where we're sitting. It's one of those ones with the recliners and everything.
Yeah,
it's like a nice one
as well.
Because ours aren't assigned seating, so me and my friend Michael are showing up 4 hours early.
Oh, god damn.
Well, so in Rhode Island, in Providence, so the capital of Rhode Island, they are having at the mall there a marathon of Star Wars. Like, you can go there in the morning with a $30 ticket and just watch the entire thing.
The AMC is doing it. They're showing all six. It starts at like 1 a.m. They're showing all 6 Star Wars movies, and then the new one.
That's some serious table flipping typing you got going on there, Joe.
Well, that's because in our live chat room, Brady goes, "I got mine like an hour ago. I also read a lot of spoilers. Do you guys want to hear?" No. And he's over here, justcoolenough.com/live. Normally I'm like, "Come on into the chat room. It's a friendly place." In this case, just don't go into the chat room. If you're listening live, do not join justcoolenough.com/live.
I knew that would happen, which is why I have not gone onto any 4chan board. Any 4chan. Even like the chances that a Star Wars spoilers would be in traditional gaming, which is really the only board I go to, is minuscule. I'm still
it's not minuscule. That's a high chance. Who do you think's watching Star Wars?
But B is where they're gonna.
Oh fuck, dude! Don't go to B.
Yeah, obviously I'm not gonna go to B, but like I just figured traditional gaming, probably not going to happen.
Luke was a ghost the whole time.
That's not true. That's impossible.
I was listening to NPR, and this is no spoilers. I'm not talking about the movie itself.
God damn it! Fuck this up for me.
There's no movie stuff. It was a person who reviews movies, and they said, "Well, isn't this got to be one of the hardest movies to review? Not because you have to say whether it's good or not, but nobody's going to want to read your stuff because they're afraid you're going to spoil it." And so, really, everyone wants to know: is this a good movie to see? Yes or no? They don't want to know anything else.
No, I don't even want to know that. I don't want to fucking know that.
I already got my tickets. Why the fuck do I want to know if I'm going to enjoy it?
You want to know? I don't want to know anything.
So are you going in with a snakes on a plane expectation? So no matter
No, fucking don't even talk about expectations. You don't want to know what happened last time I had expectations for a Star Wars movie?
You married Sarah.
I got episode 1. I got episode 1, and you know what happened? I loved episode 1, and then I talked to other, and then I.
That's because you're not a true Star Wars fan.
Why would I need expectations at all? I've got my. I have no expectations. I'm hoping it's good. I have no idea if it will be. I want to go in fresh eyes, which is why I stopped watching the trailers. I stopped. Because I was fucking. I saw like the first big because they did the teaser, then they did the official trailer, and then they like 3 days later, it's like, the TV spot was 6 more minutes of footage.
Nope. Like, no. Why would I see 6 minutes of footage that I have to pay like $17 for?
Yeah. So I don't. I'm not like I haven't gone to like Rotten Tomato in days. I'm gonna fucking show up at the theater tomorrow, and I'm gonna. Watch it with fresh eyes.
So did you prepare at all, Ike, for the event tomorrow, the Star Wars premiere?
No, I mean, the problem was I went to like I was wearing my BB-8 shirt yesterday because even though we don't know much.
Yeah, that's just inviting people to comment.
I know. So people started like I went to like I've never been to this post office before. I'm going to mail some Christmas presents, and the fucking old guy behind the counter who I didn't expect it from was just like, "So, what do you think of like Kylo Ren? What do you think of like BB-8?" And just started. Dude, I'm like, "No, like just stop talking to me about this."
Yeah,
I don't think anything. I didn't see the movie yet. God damn it, get away from me!
Of course, I'm also giving a mail that I'd like mailed, and I don't want him to be like, "Yeah," as I leave, if I was like, "Gosh, fuck you," and like kicks it in my back and it slides under things and never makes it to my parents' house.
You're driving and a cop pulls you over. It's like, "Hey, just want to let you know your taillight's out." BB-8. Did you hear Luke Skywalker's a vampire in this one? God damn it!
I don't like that's.
Shut up, please. Shut up.
Was,
okay, sir, you have to get out of the car. You're acting a little belligerent.
Yeah.
Are you under the influence of something?
I'm under the influence of the Force, motherfucker. Get away from me. So that's like, it was really weird because in the store, like sometimes Sarah is like, "Oh, who's this character?" Just to keep me happy. I think she doesn't really actually have any interest. I'm pretty sure it's like out of total like just to make sure like I'm paying attention and also so she can like, well, I better engage him.
This is Kit Fisto. He's a Jedi from an aquatic planet. That's
you shut
up! A lot of people think he's a Twi'lek because of the tentacles, but he's not. He's from an aquatic planet.
But no. So like that's like so. There's all these new characters and stuff like that, and Sarah's like, "Oh, what's that about?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't want to talk about it." And then like some kid's like, "Oh, hey, that's Kylo." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up, you little shit! I know where you sleep, and your mother will cry when she finds out what I've done to you." Yeah. But
honestly, the first trailer, although it was exciting, just the shot of like Finn with a lightsaber, I was like,
that was enough.
That's like, he's a fucking Jedi. I
don't know who Finn is. Don't fucking talk about it. God damn it. I think now I'm connecting the dots in my head. Yeah. Don't fucking make me do that. Shit, it's the black guy. Yeah. You just fucked something up for me. You shit. You spoiled it.
It's the poster.
I don't care. I'm telling you, I've been so
exactly right. I don't want to know. That's why I'm glad, even though I've seen the first two trailers.
You ruined Star Wars for me.
Thank you. That's what I was looking for. I still have no idea what the movies. But I will say, today before the show, Kyle, friend of the show, posted. I guess they have this thing for that Google did where it's called like Lightsaber Escape, where you link it with your phone and then like you swing your phone at your computer monitor. I was like, oh, that's awesome! Except it doesn't work and it hurt my arms trying to play it because it's bullshit. But it's a
That's
fun
because
idea.
Eric's not used to lifting anything as heavy as his phone.
No, it's like playing Star Wars Kinect, only worse, because it just doesn't like the. I thought like holding an actual thing, the translation. No, because the fucking gyroscope is bullshit in phones.
So, I did prepare though, but not like in the sense like I read Star Wars: The Lost Stars, and I talked about that on the show. And there's a kind of novella kind of deal called The Perfect Weapon, and that was just released.
Uprising, the first of the only canonical books released, which I got like the first 2 chapters in, and I didn't continue for no apparent reason. But yeah. I like the idea, though, of that book because it's like just after Empire, and it's like, hey, remember when we blew up the second Death Star? Yeah, it turns out things weren't automatically fantastic afterwards. Turns out the evil Galactic Empire didn't just immediately collapse.
Yep, and actually The Lost Stars covers a lot of that. It's just I've been going deeper into the universe, but I've been stopping, because I don't want to know anything more than what the canon tells me. So I've been on a strict information diet. It's gonna be so tough tomorrow though, because people are gonna start seeing it soon here in the U.S. Yeah.
So one thing I didn't know that I was super happy to hear was one of the original guys who helped write the original 3 Star Wars also worked on this one, so I felt a little better about where it was going, because at least it's they jumped somebody on board.
Well, I mean, I was already pretty excited because J.J. Abrams already made a fantastic Star Wars movie before called Star Trek.
He's making another one. I saw a trailer for it last night.
No, that's not him. That's the third Star Trek movie is directed by the guy who does Fast and the Furious.
Oh yeah, but J.J. Abrams' name came up. Is he just a producer?
Yeah, it was like 2 movies directed by J.J. Abrams, and then like in really little text, 1 movie directed by the Fast and Furious guy. Star Trek.
I'm actually kind of interested because I thought Into Darkness.
Vin Diesel's gonna bring a '57 Chevy through the hull of the Enterprise.
No, it's fine. I just won't talk anymore.
Okay, don't do that. We like you. I'm just so excited because of Star Trek stuff.
Star Trek or Star Wars?
No, Star Trek. We're talking about Star Trek.
I was trying to talk about it, but then you had the bits. You had bits that had to get out.
I have little bits. Give me the bits. Give me the bits. Anyway, that was a Steven Universe reference. Okay, nobody does Steven Universe here. That's fine. That's totally fine. Fuck you guys. Talk about your thing. I'm getting a drink of water.
I've been watching Jessica Jones. I figured I fell in while you drank your water since Eric wasn't going to talk. I started watching Jessica Jones, switching canon.
What is Jessica Jones?
Did you ever watch Daredevil on Netflix?
No,
you have Netflix.
Type Jessica Jones into Google and then go fuck yourself.
Do you know how easy it was to lure Eric out of silence, ladies and gentlemen?
Put a little bit of cheese on the edge of the trap, and
he's like, wham!
I'm going to go back to talking about Star Trek.
Go for it.
My point across. I'm excited for the third one, even though the trailer didn't excite me all that much, because I thought Star Trek Into Darkness was nostalgia bait bullshit like Jurassic World, like it had no meaning and it didn't need to exist. And this is because the first Star Trek movie, it's like, hey, we reset everything, now let's go on fun adventures. And the second one was like, yeah, let's go back and restart some more things, even though we restarted everything. Yeah. Let's do this and then let's remake a movie that was already fantastic and blah, blah. And this is the first one. It looks like it's an original fucking Star Trek story, which is exactly what I wanted from the new movie franchise.
Yeah, I think we talked about it on the show before, how we were all, or I know Eric and I don't remember what you were thinking. Like we were just like,
loved it because he's an ass.
Why are you so mean? Did you see Eric? No. Remember when Eric was consumed by the dark side in episode 309?
Hate leads to anger, anger leads to the dark side.
No,
yeah, goddamn, Eric, why are you so mean?
Mute that guy. He's a fucking ass who's all like, I just enjoy good movies and I'm not irrationally angry about stuff. Like a fucking dick.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, I mean the second
show. If he's not going to be irrationally angry about
something,
about cartoons for babies, then I don't understand what his point of living is.
I don't understand.
Because honestly, if I couldn't be angry about cartoons and bullshit, I would probably just have to kill myself. Because what else would I have?
What else would we even have a talk about?
You've missed something with Eric's getup. Not as only is he trying to kind of celebrate the idea of being festive, but he's also cosplaying right now his anger from Pixar's movie there with all the feelings.
Oh, I like that. I would watch a Star Trek through the eyes of the feelings characters. That would be fun.
They had that. It was called This Is Ed, starring Eddie Murphy or something like that, where he was like a tiny alien and a bunch of tiny little aliens within Eddie Murphy controlling him. And
I think it was just called Ed, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't nearly as good as the movie Feelings or whatever the fuck it was called.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name, but it was really good.
Pixar Presents Feelings or whatever the fuck this is called.
It was the good movie, the Feelings one. Senses.
I haven't seen that, but I mean, I love Pixar ever since I saw robots and a bunch of fat fucks in space, and shitty old man is sad that his wife died of pussy cancer.
Oh, that was such a good movie, though. Yeah, it was so sad. First 10 minutes, guys. First 10 minutes of that sad movie.
Yeah. Sad old fuck and some fat Asian kid go on an adventure or some stupid shit.
With a talking dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the one. I like that one. That was a good title too. That was really good.
Pixar. I mean, except for they've always done like fucking toys talk because consumerism. You fucking asshole.
No, I thought the title of that one was "Possessed Toys Chase Family to New Home."
No.
That's what it was.
About
I mean, I don't know. We'll fucking make cars talk. You'll buy any of this horse shit.
In our chat room,
objects make them talk, and we'll fucking sell it.
Yeah.
In our chat room, we were corrected by Blazers33X. He says, "Meet Dave. I know every Eddie Murphy movie. The movie was Meet Dave. It was not Ed. It was not some guy. It was Meet Dave." Okay. So.
Okay, I'll just quiz him on this. It's not a hard one, but he says he knows everyone. So what's the shitty sci-fi movie he did that takes place in space in the near future?
All right, he's in the chat room now. There's going to be a delay, but he says even the bad ones, which is a lot of them. So obviously he knows.
Yeah, I know.
We'll see. I mean. I don't know, guys. I'm excited about Star Wars, the Star Trek, Fast and the Furious combo. That's kind of cool. Can't wait for that.
The the trailer for the new Harry Potter movie came out yesterday.
Well, it was funny.
Wait a second. There's a new Harry Potter? It's called Pluto Nash, by the way.
Yeah, it's in the Harry Potter universe.
Yeah, it's a prequel.
Pluto Nash. He totally nailed it.
It was funny when I was watching the Star Trek 3 trailer. There was a shot of like Scotty like jumping out of a vehicle as it fell off a cliff and like just barely like hanging on. I was like, that's the fucking shot from Fast 7. Like that's the shot the same shot they did.
Blue screened in his head from the Doc's head, so they didn't have to reshoot.
Yeah, they put it's like it just CG Scotty instead of CG Paul Walker, and you're like fucking what? But yeah.
So like the plot is like the Klingons are smuggling drugs across the border, and then like Star Trek people have to stop them.
Captain Kirk, we're family. We ain't he's family.
Dude, it's gonna be really sad when one of the main stars die because he crashed an old Porsche with bad wheels.
They have to write him out.
Yeah. He was a good guy.
Yeah.
They were family.
Yeah.
Just like Pluto Nash is gonna be there.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a main character.
And then Randy Quaid as a robot is gonna fuck a lady maid robot in a closet. The Harry Potter thing, I don't know. It wasn't really a trailer. It was a teaser. Nothing fucking happens in it. But I don't know. I like Harry Potter, you know. So Eddie Redmayne is in too many movies, but he's not a bad actor. So
I only really try to see the teasers because I think the teasers are as substantial as trailers used to be.
They can be. This one isn't.
Okay.
Nothing happens in this.
Okay, good.
It's just enough to kind of get you pumped that like, hey, we're doing this.
It's not. Yeah, it's basically.
Is it just the music? Here, hold on. I haven't seen it yet. Is it like?
And then it cuts out.
Yeah.
No, it's like.
And then you're just.
And then there's like a shot of Eddie Redmayne looking at a briefcase, and then it's over, and then that's it.
There's not even like a jump cut of something.
No.
There is kind of.
See, that's what it's like, and the HP logo.
No,
it kind of swivels.
No HP logo. No.
Okay.
It's like black. It's like blackness, and then Eddie Redmayne says a spell, and then it lights up, and then you see the title.
Nebuchadnezzar, and then
and then the Matrix opens up.
Yeah, that's the shit from the Matrix.
They're doing a crossover. This is a very, very interesting crossover. They're trying to bring the Matrix back, but they couldn't figure out how to make it.
Honestly,
pop.
The thing is that the Harry Potter, any true fan of the books knows Harry Potter is actually the sequel to The Matrix. After the events of The Matrix, and when Neo saves all of humanity and frees them, they have to rebuild on the ruined Earth, and it takes them time. And then they discover the power of magic, which is really just science we don't understand. I mean, as you know, any great writer will tell you, magic like. The great old ones that rule the universe that are currently in their slumber have such immense power that our brains can't possibly comprehend what it is. So we call it magic because we could not possibly. But it's science. It's like if you give as I heard it once, if you give an ant a shotgun, it can fire it and it won't comprehend how it works. All it will see was the destruction it reaps and the destruction to its own society after firing it, but it can't possibly. But for us, it's like it's just a fucking shotgun. It's barely even a thing. It's a tool for us. But for them, it's.
But can an ant really shoot a shotgun though? I think you've really buried
it's
the
a metaphor.
whole. No, I mean like an ant though. That's a bad metaphor. Like I'm a fan of metaphors, but. And superlatives too, but I really enjoy a good metaphor, and that's just a bad one. Can't we just say something else? Like you don't give an ant. Like
well, speaking of bad metaphors, we do have one email from Brady we can get to.
That's not even a metaphor. It's not even a good transition, but we could
do
it. Let's slam it in.
Transition earlier.
I knew it. I'm sorry.
I didn't have one.
Okay. I apologize.
I need to go off that.
Walter is a shitty metaphor writer. Then fine, be that way. But
I don't know who Dennis Walter is. I'm sorry.
Joe just can't appreciate some of the better literature and English out there.
I'm just saying that Nebuchadnezzar guy. Like we're all saying it wrong. It was like he was like king from like way back in the day, and Morpheus said it wrong in the movie. That's all I'm saying, guys. He was. Hold on, I had to pull up the Wikipedia. He was a Shaladin king of the Neo-Babylonian Empire who reigned from 605 BC to 62 BC.
Why are you quoting this? It's not. It's historical fact. Therefore, it's stupid. It's not something that was invented by some white dude in the.
I'm just saying, like, it's a cool name for a ship. It's a cool name for a ship, and I want to name something that one day. So
it's already been named a ship. It was named a ship in the Matrix. That's what we were saying.
That's what I'm saying too. I want to name like a little boat that, and then that'll be my little thing.
And I just want to point out that the Zulu words at the beginning of the Circle of Life from The Lion King are translated into "Here comes a lion, father. Oh yes, a lion. Here comes a lion. We're going to conquer."
Wait. What are the words?
Or whatever
penguins
it is.
at the bottom. Penguins at the bottom.
It translates to "Here comes a lion, father. Oh yes, it's a lion. Here comes a lion. Oh yes, it's a lion. We're going to conquer." A lion and a leopard come to this open place. That's
no
what it is.
way.
Yep.
Words.
And now I've ruined your childhood memories with stupid lyrics.
That doesn't.
Straight out of Book of Mormon. Haseiba.
Yeah.
Hasadinga Ibaway. Is that what they're saying at the start of the lie? It's Hasadinga Ibaway.
Ibaway is God, and
Hasadinga means fuck you.
So Hasadinga, fuck you, God.
Oh, God.
Man,
I've said it like 13 times.
I listened to that on Spotify. Oh God. So yeah, Hasadiga Ibaway. That's the thing. That's the thing in The Lion King. Thank you for that.
Where he can't lie because of the tree or whatever, the magical tree that won't let him. That only lets him say so many words.
Blazers 33X in our chat room, our Eddie Murphy expert, will answer this in 30 seconds or less.
Yeah.
Time on the clock.
I'm just gonna keep throwing them at him throughout the show.
I don't even know what this is. An obscure one. Eddie Murphy tree movie something.
Yeah.
So we do have an email like Ike tried to get to, and then we pulled them back in. What is it about?
We're supposed to not get to it. All right. This is Just Podcast Enough from Brady. He says, "Dear JCE crew, I can say with 100% confidence that VR porn is the future of porn. It is amazing. I even tried one where you're the girl. Super weird experience."
Oh, that's the worst. Like all you see is the board, and then it's real bad. That sounds terrible, Brady.
Yeah, it's basically you looking at
like here, I could
cell phone while it shakes a little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, that's the stuff. That's the stuff.
Yeah, and
I always put headphones on when I do it, so this is like pretty normal.
So that's what Pharisee is. I'm scarred.
Yeah. Like this and sideways.
All right, yeah, we're gonna go on to the.
Right. He said 1,000 leaves. It's 1,000 words. You're an idiot. You don't know nothing.
Wait a second. What just happened?
Sorry, he got the name of a movie slightly wrong about a movie that I haven't even seen. I had to look it up after I asked the question because I didn't know the answer.
Wait, what is the answer and what did he answer?
The answer is 1,000 words, and he just said 1,000 leaves. But yeah,
those both sound like terrible movies by Eddie Murphy, though. So I mean, like, come on.
Welcome to Just ADHD Enough. This is for Joe. Just Tech Enough. Would you recommend trying to build a computer from scratch or upgrading a current PC part by part?
It depends. You got to tell me what build you have, and then we can go from there. Yeah.
One of our listeners, Ryle, told me the other day he likes to cycle the parts. Like because that also helps him save money, so he's not investing a bunch. But he'll upgrade like the motherboard, then he'll upgrade this, and then upgrade that, and then once he's gotten through all the pieces, he'll go back to the motherboard and just keep circling it. So
that is the smartest, most cost-effective way to do it. And as long as nothing breaks, you're in good shape for years and years. So. Or you could just be terrible like me and then just be like, I'm just going to change the form.
4 cases.
Like an idiot. I finally, somebody on Craigslist was like, hey, I'm interested in your stupidly large cases. I'm like, oh, really? I'm like, come on, make an offer, buddy. And he tried to trade me things. I'm like, no, money offer. Like, I don't need more stuff. I need less stuff, man.
One of our other listeners, Scotty, he was telling me that he was this close, super close to trying to buy one of those cases from you, but he was like, I couldn't quite justify the money that you're looking for.
They're great.
He wanted one.
They're great, and I know I have them a little overpriced, but, I mean, whatever. Somebody will do it.
This next question is for Eric. Eric, just lonely enough? You said you were a double nerd last week. You either multiply these and can be a nerd squared, or you can use them to cancel each other out. Put your role-playing skills to good use and roleplay a guy who is confident and can talk to chicks.
Oh, double down on it. Yeah. What's your name should be Duke Nukem, dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Time to kick ass and have a terrible, unself-aware video game.
I came here for two things: to talk to girls and leave really quick, and I'm all out of talking to girls. Yeah, dude, you should roleplay Duke Nukem. That'll totally go over well.
I don't initiate personal space and violations.
I would say that I am pretty close to Duke Nukem, but like the most recent incarnation where he has no idea how, like if they played it as a joke, it would have been funny, but he thinks he's awesome, which is why it's just so sad, because he walks around saying these shitty one-liners that you as the player is like, what? That's stupid. And then she's like, help us, Duke Nukem. Sorry, ladies, you're fucked. Get raped by aliens, or whatever the fuck he said. And it's like you're supposed to go, ha, yeah, Duke Nukem, but instead you go, oh, Duke Nukem, no.
Yeah, you're going too far.
I'm the no, Duke Nukem, no version of Duke Nukem.
Oh God.
And our last question is, Ike, just for Just Art Enough, what's the best combination of purple, a.k.a. the best color? I'm not quite sure 100% I know what you mean, but random side note, in Niger, they just released, or there was a person who redid Purple Rain, but they don't actually have the word for purple in Niger, so they have to call the music videos Rain, the color of blue, with a little bit of red in it.
What? Did you hear that off of...
That would be the kind of purple that I like. It's blue with a little bit of red in it.
They redid this song though? Like I don't understand.
Director in Niger who did it in their language.
Oh, okay.
But they redid the whole music video, but they also had to change the name from Purple Rain to Rain the color of blue with a little red in it.
You know, like how Inuits have like 14 million words for snow?
Yes.
Are you familiar with this? Because they see it all the time. There's so many different words for it. We need to find a better word than awesome. Like, what's a better word than awesome?
I'm just curious. Like, what are some like if they change that to rain with the color blue with red? What do they do for some of those other ones like pussy control or
tampon? Can somebody do that one?
Yeah.
It's a little bit of... Wait, do they have a color for red?
Well, of course, because it's a color blue with a little red in it. So, of course, they have a color, the word for red.
Less blue than the color purple?
Take some red out of the color purple. And you'll have
gosh.
I'm gonna go to Google Translate. I'm gonna ask it what pussy control is in Nigerian.
Go for it.
Is that written on a condom somewhere? Like, where are you getting this term?
That's
I've never even heard.
Songs. That's one of his songs.
Which
I thought it was. Oh my gosh! I've always thought it was patrol, not control. All these years, my mind is being blown between Ike's Lion King facts.
That's probably his That's an incredibly tame song from him. Like, this is Prince we're talking about.
I didn't realize. I'm sorry, man.
What language do they speak in Nigeria?
I don't know off the top of my head. Fact checkers. We need fact checkers for this show.
So there is. While you guys are doing that, there's another email in here. We didn't star it, but this Ethan guy is still working on a game for Just Cool Enough.
There's 100 different languages they speak in Nigeria. Okay.
I thought it was something else though. Niger.
Anyway, you were saying?
But yeah, so Ethan over here is making a video game for Just Cool Enough, and I have no idea about the context of the game, but I did agree that all of us will contribute our voices into it somehow to really, quote unquote, up the production value. So I want to, I just want to let you guys know that I have volunteered your voices. So if you're propositioned by me or someone named Ethan, now any listener can pretend to be Ethan and get you to say things, then you should just do it. All right. So So look out for what Ethan has to say. He's making a game. This is like a dream come true. I know we talked about it a little bit last week, but if this thing actually comes out and it's playable and I could show people, then I mean, like that's. I mean, I already peaked this year. So what is there left to do?
Side note, Eric, I put the name of the language. It's not Nigeria, as Joe pointed out. It's Niger, and I put the name of the language that they speak there in our chat, our personal chat. That no one
they
else
speak
can
a
see.
lot of different languages.
No, it's this one right here. This is what it says in the article that I pulled it from. What they're speaking: Tamajaeq.
So while Ike and Eric are Googling away, I think I'll take this time to plug some of our infrastructure here. Just Cool Enough is hosted on ShoutEngine.com. I don't want to. And I mean,
the new Star Wars film.
Yeah. Also, Just Cool Enough is brought to you live by Alpha Geek Radio. Alpha Geek Radio is our live streaming partner. It puts us on a bunch of different. Don't do that. I'm plugged.
You muted yourself.
I was gonna mute you. God damn it.
I was like, why did Joe go quiet all of a sudden? I would expect I would go quiet.
Okay, so now that Ike's muted, I can finally plug this stuff. Like I was saying, ShoutEngine.com brings... Ah, damn it. You can unmute... Why don't you let me do the plugs?
I'll go for it.
No, I'm not. I'll do it later. Fine, whatever. Ike, do you have something you wanted to give away?
Yeah, the plot to the new Star Wars movie.
Don't do that.
Well, it turns out when Han Solo was frozen carbonite, he died, so he's actually a Frankenstein's monster.
I hope that's not true. I don't know what to believe anymore,
he was
though.
brought back to life by the Wookiee.
Yeah. He was sewn back together by Chewbacca.
It's like the whole plot's like Weekend at Bernie's. It's just with Han Solo and the cast, and they have like a zany adventure on Coruscant.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. I think we broke it.
Breaking news: JCE spoils the entire new Star Wars movie. You heard it here first, people.
I hope not. So, Ike, you were going to plug something or do something drastic?
Yeah, I was gonna say that, like, if you look at the poster of the new Star Wars film, Luke's not on there. But the film critic I was listening to today said they got...
Don't! What? Just hold on. Hold on.
So the film critic said that he's the main villain, and he also ate a baby. Yeah.
I mean, like, did Mark Hamill lose a bunch of weight or something? I don't know. I don't want to think about it. Stop. This is what the problem is. You start asking questions, and then you start thinking about stuff, and that's what we have to stop in this country.
What was that movie that came out that was like James Bond, but it had like a bunch of teenagers in it? It was like English. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, Kingsman.
Yeah, Kingsman. And Mark Hamill was in that. Totally weird. Super weird to see him.
It's a really good movie. It's a very underrated movie. People should check it out.
Okay, let me do I'm doing a movie check right here, real quick. What did you think of Ant-Man?
It was fine. You mean Marvel's fourth remake of Iron Man? Yeah, it was fine.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right, I just want to make sure.
It was an okay movie with a lot of great Paul Rudd.
Oh, you know what movies actually I did not realize it was such a good movie. If you guys are in the mood for a rom-com, let me tell you about Trainwreck. Holy crap. This is the... hold on. I have to...
Amy Schumer.
Hold on. There's more people.
You could just ask me.
Did you watch it?
No, but I know all the things.
Okay, good. You're like Blazers 33X, but with more movies than just Eddie Murphy movies.
Eric actually jacked the internet straight into the back of his head. You just can't see the cords from the way he sits, so he has access to all the information about all the movies.
Yeah.
There is so much good stuff in that movie. You should totally watch it, even if you're not like in the mood for a romantic comedy. If you like sports, you'll love the movie because it has a bunch of sports guys in it that you like and know. It has
not you, fuck you, but fuck. I just like clicked IO9 and just a headline: Star Wars, the most fun I've had in years, and I was like, fuck you. I didn't even want to know that.
Oh, God, stop! Don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Like I was saying.
I clicked it on Rachel Ray, and she's like, "Perfect recipes for your
Star Wars spoilers."
Yeah, perfect recipes for your son's bar mitzvah, where you also find out that Han Solo was actually a Jedi Master this whole time, and
Listen, all right. Let me just say, like, Daniel Radcliffe is in this movie, and also friggin' who else? LeBron James is in this movie. And he plays such a good part. My favorite time in this movie was when he was playing it. It's totally underrated in IMDb and Metacritic, and maybe Rotten Tomatoes has 85%. I'd give it a little more than that. I thoroughly enjoyed it, so go check it out. That's a good movie.
But starring a woman, so how can it be funny? Women ain't funny. Blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
what is that thing? The men's rights movement?
Yeah, because it doesn't have any, because it has a woman who says things. It's feminazi bullshit that
Yeah.
they try to cut off our dicks. And my ex-wife's a bitch, and she just
And I ain't never apologizing.
she divorced me, won't let me see my kids, and stole half my money just because I cheated on her all the time and I punched her in the face.
This actually reminds me of someone. Who is it? Oh yeah, the guy that fixed my car the other day. A while.
Good
I
Honestly, sweet transition.
Thanks, man. I got my car fixed. I bought a car for $500 last January, and I knew it had a terminal
And it
illness.
didn't survive very long.
It survived a whole year. The guy got rid of
I was
it.
only afraid it was going to blow up and kill me when I was in it.
No,
Well-
spoilers.
Fuck you, Ike, and his Star Wars vehicle spoiler that he has on the screen right now. So I knew this thing was going to happen, and it would cost like $3,000 to fix if I went to the Honda dealership or like any reputable place. So I found some shade tree mechanic that would be like, yeah, I could get that done for like $1,000 or something, whatever. So we bring the car over there, we front him $400 so he can buy the parts and fix the stuff, right? Like you're in a bad place when the mechanic's like, I ain't a rich man, but I need $400 to buy the parts so I can fix your shit. So anyway, we buy all the parts. He fixes it. I'm using air quotes for the people that can't see my video. I drive it around for 2 days, and it starts smelling like unburnt fuel. Like total unburnt, terrible fuel. It ran smooth, but man, the smell was like burning me out. But it was like 60 degrees here in Michigan, so I was like, maybe he just spilled some fuel on like the radiator or something. It's just kind of piping through the cabin. But it was getting worse.
Joe starts to get woozy in the car.
Seriously, it was getting worse. I'm like, I think I'm killing all my brain cells. And then like Sarah's like, I don't feel good. I'm like, all right, get out. Just get out of the car. so
I only have 2 brain cells and they're already fighting. I can't stand to lose both of them.
So I go and I'm like, all right, this thing needs some serious tune-up. I call the guy, and the guy's just like, well, is it leaking out of the bottom? I look under the bottom. I'm like, there's no pooling or anything like that after it's been sitting there like running. And I'm like, no, there's nothing leaking or anything, but it doesn't take much gas to smell up the whole room. Yeah, well, this is like, he was like, well, I know I did a good job, so don't worry about it. And I opened the engine hood, and under further inspection, I realized that he's like missing parts, not just like bolts, like things that mount the engine into the vehicle.
You get what you paid for.
Okay, so I take it over to my mechanic, my like trusted mechanic that services my nice cars, right? Like I want to get
and it cost you twice as much as it would have cost you to take it to him in the
Hold your horses, buddy. Hold your horses. So I pull it into the thing. It's a nice garage. Like you pull in there, and then
He's like, listen, you got to park that shit around the corner. We can't have people seeing that parked out
like,
front of my place.
I pull in. They service Ferraris. They service Lamborghinis. There's Porsches everywhere. Like this is where I take my good car to go get fixed.
$500
That's exactly. I roll in here, and they like everybody kind of looks at me, and they're like, "Joe, what's up? Where's your Z4?" I'm like,
I picture it very similar to like one of those old.
Was it making one of those like
walks into the bar and like the music stops and everyone turns around? That's you driving up to the lot with his car.
He's straight up Back to the Future 3 when Marty McFly walks into the bar, but he's wearing what Doc Brown thought like a cowboy would wear, so it's like pink and it's got all the tassels and shit. And people are like, what the fuck is that guy wearing?
That's exactly what I'm like, I'm with my Ferrari people and stuff. Like, this is all my car people. And I pull in with my Honda, and like, so I turn it off, and like everybody's looking at each other and stuff, and the smell to me was habitual already, so I wasn't smelling it. And it was bad, dude. It was bad. I stepped into the other room and stepped back in. It was permeating the air. And they're like, holy shit, get that thing out of here. You're going to catch the whole fucking place on fire. Like, there could be a spark. People are working on vehicles in this garage. I'm like, oh shit, get the car out of here. So anyway, like, he opened the hood to it.
Like, and I was standing in the waiting room drinking coffee going, oh, I hope they get that car out of there.
So one of the bosses there is like, hey Joe, what's up? They know who I am. I've helped out there. I like these guys a lot. But so the guys over at Arbor Motion, I'll give them a plug because they're excellent. They opened the hood and he's like, okay, you know, we got some stuff going on. Looks like there's some recent work done. I'm like, yeah. I told them that I told the Arbor Motion guys, I'm like, yeah, me and my buddy worked on it, but we just can't get it back together. Could you just fix it? And they're like, yeah, no problem. So they're gonna fix it. And
$800.
So but he wouldn't even shut the hood of the car, like slam it. He's like slightly putting. I'm like, dude, the car's, you know, like, it's, don't worry about it. He's like, no, I don't want
metal rub together and the whole thing goes.
Yeah, he was like, I don't want to cause any sparks, man. I was like, oh jeez, like, this is a serious situation at this point. And
it permeated Joe's skin so much that even walking into his room right now, if he turns on the light too fast, he lights up.
You're giving a lot of shade at this mechanic. I just to say, I understand where he's coming from. Why do you need a fuel tank when you can just fill the engine compartment with gas?
Flood the engine with gas and go.
So that's essentially what was happening. He had to replace the fuel rail, which the guy put on the seal wrong, and he was missing bolts when he assembled it. So like you say, you get what you pay for, but long and short of the story, I still came out $1,500 ahead of where I would have been if I took it to the other place at the beginning.
For $400, I would have taken your car and still made it work just as good. I would have just cut out the floor plate under the driver's seat, and you could have just treated it like fucking the Flintstones car and just gone with it. At least then you wouldn't have to worry about it catching on fire and exploding.
But that's the thing. So I have this work order, and I'm going to go back to this shit mechanic that said he was going to get everything together and told me don't worry about it as it's poisoning me and my wife. And I'm going to see if I could like get some money back or something.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll work. Please.
I don't know.
How that goes.
But, so this.
Yeah, you should totally challenge the guy you found on Craigslist. I'm sure I'm sure he's reasonable and doesn't own several handguns.
So remember the transition. Remember the transition I started this whole conversation with, Eric?
Yeah.
On the back of this, on the back of this truck, the back of the truck, it says Trump for president in these murder-looking letters that he just scooped up from the local supermarket. That are it's meant for like an address, like you're putting an address on your house, but it has this like in the bed of his truck. I didn't realize this till
that's the first warning sign not to drop your car off there.
I didn't. Yeah, it was a long story. The way the car got
at any
over.
point you say I don't like Donald Trump, because that might be why it smelled like gas in your car.
No, and I don't have like a coexist sticker or anything on the back of my car, so like I don't know what. But like
you did go and not buy American.
Well, he and the other thing is like, man, he offered to buy my car off of me. He's like, that's a real nice car you got. Like, I really liked it. It'd be great to pull behind my RV. And I'm looking at his RV that's totally like shut in and stuff. I'm like, that's his bug out vehicle. That's his fucking, you know, like shit hit the fan. The Mexicans came over the
meth.
Bug out / meth cook lab. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, right? Like, so he's like, when the Mexicans start invading from Canada, this is where this baby's gonna take me all the way back to Texas.
Once everyone realized that the Mexican immigrants are all ISIS sleeper agents.
That's exactly. So it's like, I don't even know if I want to go back to this guy and like raise any sort of hell, because like he's been kind of good to me and it still saved me money in the long run.
Well,
but
look at it this way: you've already sold your house, so when he inevitably murders you, you're not leaving your wife in destitute. So she's gonna be sad for a while, but she'll get over it, and then she'll move on with her life.
You could be the rebound guy.
Yeah. Joe, if at some point you before the end of the show you could just look straight in the camera with a straight face, not smiling, that way I can screen cap that look and show it to the police when you don't turn up in a few weeks.
Here, this is the look that I'll probably have. No! Ah! As I'm being bludgeoned to death by like some weird tool that I don't know. It's like, this is what I use to take the front half of your engine.
You just call this guy a tool just because you don't know him.
I know enough. But so yeah, risk reward still came out ahead, but barely. I was pushed. It was a little touch and go there for a while. Wow, that took up a lot more time than I thought. We're like rapidly approaching the end of the show.
You know, I'm trying to, when I think about it, I try and come up with, start making the thumbnail and shit for this show, and I just type in bad mechanic, and the second picture in bad mechanic in Google Images is just a woman mechanic, and that's really fucking offensive to me.
Whatever you choose, you should find a car and put the Star Wars spoiler on it.
Yeah, I was gonna do a car and then have a spoiler that says Star Wars.
That's the second picture for me too, but I'm laughing at all the bad mechanic pictures. There's some really good ones.
Yeah, Joe scrolls to the bottom. I was like, "Wait a second, that's me! Son of a bitch!
That's the guy.
That's my mechanic."
I'm gonna see if Bing is any better, because they're good with pornography, but let's see if they're as misogynistic as Google seems to be. No, they're not. See, in Bing, it's like the seventh or eighth picture. So
See, I think the best ones are going to come out of Greasy Mechanic. Search for that one.
Okay.
Oh god.
Because I found a really good one in Greasy Mechanic. Guys, we need to wrap up the show because we're streaming live on alphageekradio.com, and they are hosting our live service, and they do such a good job. Thanks to Todd so much. Todd Whitehead was on the Daily Tech News Show with Tom Merritt yesterday, whatever that was. What was that? On the 15th. Yeah, so go check that out. It's cool to hear some old WoW Radio guys kind of talking with some bigger names out there. So go check that out. And what are you guys going? Are we plugging stuff? Can we plug stuff now, Eric?
Yeah, you can. Let's stop talking about this horse shit and start plugging each other.
Oh, yeah!
My plug for this week, I'll just say my fucking Instagram. Instagram.com/mostlyshit. Where you can see my mostly shit Instagram pictures.
And Ike, what do you got?
You know they make a version 2 of Fibbage you should be playing, not that version 1 crap.
Well, I didn't. It wasn't my It wasn't my house. And I know Kyle bought version 2. And next time we have a game night at Kyle's, he's moving right now. He's moving at the end of the month because he's a fucking idiot and decided to move. During Christmas.
Who's going to want to help then? You got so much stuff going on.
People that don't want to be with their families, which might be quite a few people.
Yeah. But so he's moving, and then but he's got Fibbage 2 already. We're gonna
Ike, what's your plug?
All right, my plug is I'm looking for some good ideas for how to. I'm going to start hopefully a esports team. I'm looking for some good pointers.
What game?
It's either going to be Heroes, League of Legends, or I think Hearthstone, or all of the above.
My pointer is get good, bro.
Get good, bro. Use everything that's Motive says you should listen to.
Well, I mean, I'm starting at my high school, so there will be high school students I'm mentoring. That's how awesome.
You're going to be the old guy, grandfather guy to coach the kids? Again! You're just yelling at them. They're just like, I'm doing the best I can.
I'm not good enough. Do it again. But my cooldowns are enough. Do it again.
They're
you're straight up whiplashing them. I don't understand. I'm looking at Greasy Mechanic photos. One, like, I get it. There's a picture of a lady, like a lady mechanic not wearing a shirt and stuff. I'm like, that's cool. And then I look more closely at it.
Look up oily mechanic.
Well, and for some reason she's got like a
Joe's looking that up right now.
She's got like a radio in her chest or some shit. Like it's I don't know what it is, but
that's what they use to track those Muslims here in the United States.
Damn. There's one picture of a guy with long hair that I thought you were talking about. I'm like, that's not a lady, dude. That's a dude. We got Eric. Shut off the show. We're going too long.
But you didn't plug something.
Yeah.
Oh. Shit, you're right. There's so many things to plug. Did I talk about shout-ins?
Thank you guys so much for listening, and fuck off.
Oh!
Roll you later.
Oh, it's a fun. Oh god, that's so good, dude. That was so good. You just did it.
Trump is terrible.
Yeah, fuck that guy.